Good morning. My name is Karen Meyer, and I'm on the board of Blueprint 502, formerly YouthBuild Louisville. And on behalf of everyone at Blueprint 502, I'd like to thank you and welcome each of you to this morning's breakfast. It's thrilling to look out and see so many people here to be with us and to support and learn more about our amazing work. And it is truly amazing work. As we know, the world has changed a lot over the past few years, and needs have changed too. So today, we are going to highlight how we have expanded and changed our programs and services to wrap around these young people and their communities to ensure their success well into the future. It was time we looked at the big picture and the steps to get there. On October 29th, we met down on the river for a kickoff meeting with our wonderful volunteer table sponsors and hosts for this morning's breakfast event. At that celebration, we officially announced our new name, Blueprint 502, and we celebrated by lighting up the Big Four Bridge in our new logo colors. It was really a wonderful night. You know, a dream worth pursuing is the blueprint of a person's and community's purpose and potential. So, Blueprint 502 seemed to be the perfect fit. Now, sit back and enjoy this 1-minute video of our Blueprint 502 origin story. And welcome to our 2024 Building Lives Breakfast.
Here's a story of a place named YouthBuild that was helping out young guys and lovely girls. All of them worked hard for jobs and education, but needed more support. Here's a story of a group of people who saw the big picture and made a plan. So they added things to make it easy for them to reach their dreams. Till the one day when those people all at YouthBuild knew that it was much more than a hunch, that this group is truly now a family. That's the way we all became the Blueprint Bunch, the Blueprint Bunch, the Blueprint Bunch. That's the way we became the Blueprint Bunch.
That's going to stay in your head all day long. You're just going to be singing it and saying Blueprint Bunch all day long, all day long. Good morning, everyone. What a blessing to see this sea of people. You look so wonderful. I'm Dawn G. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us for this breakfast this morning for our annual Building Lives breakfast. Imagine being at a breakfast where you are helping to build lives. I want you to do me a favor, though, a couple of favors. We're going to start by silencing our cell phones. We used to say cell phones and pagers. I know there are a few people in here old enough who had a pager. Silence your cell phones. Whatever problem, meeting, whatever you have, I promise you it will meet you at the door as soon as we're through, okay? So silence your cell phones. And just the next thing, if you haven't done it already, look to your left, right, or across the table and just tell just a couple of people, I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're here. I really am. I'm so glad you're here. I appreciate it. We thank you for being here today for what was the YouthBuild breakfast. We now know that it is Blueprint 502. Let's say it together. Blueprint 502. You all are such a good group. It holds a very special place in my heart for just the incredible impact they have on young adults in our community. Over the years, I've watched their journey of growth and transformation, including their expansion into Smoketown, which has allowed them to support youth from all corners of the city. And they're so important to me because I truly have watched them grow personally in my backyard. I have work that they have done. They have built all of my grow boxes, my, what do you call them? What are they called? My garden beds. Thank you, Lynn. Can't think. My garden beds. I'm talking about these garden beds are going to outlive me. And I don't know what's going to happen then because my children refuse to garden. So they're going to have garden beds out there with nothing to do. But the great thing is I have cameras and security all over my home. I just do. And so when the kids got there, I watched an older kid talking to younger kids. He was teaching them, and I didn't know that he was going to bring the younger kids, but it was a joy to watch him just teach the younger kids. And when I spoke to them and I went, hey, good job, they all jumped like, who is talking to us? It was just the funniest thing, but it was a joy to watch them work and to watch him mentor them. It really was. It almost made me tearful. Today, under their new name, Blueprint 502, 9 impactful programs. They've got 9. They've come together now under one umbrella, creating cohesive network of resources and opportunities for the young people that they serve. And they serve a lot of young people. Stories that would blow your mind. I'm thrilled to see so many of you here this morning ready to learn more about their mission, their vision, and more than their mission and the vision, to see and hear about the young people that they served. I know that after hearing about today's program, you're going to feel inspired like I'm inspired. I hope you feel connected to what they do and to this cause. To our longtime champions, thank you for your continued support and belief in this work, because without you, they couldn't do it. We appreciate you. To those joining us for the first time, we're glad you're here. We're glad you're here. We sincerely hope this event becomes an annual tradition for everyone in this room, as it already has for so many of you. I see old faces. Not that you're old. I see returning faces. Thank you for starting your morning with us and for taking time to learn more about Blueprint 502. I know it took extra effort for you to be here this morning. It means something. This is a true celebration of hope, education, and opportunity for young adults who need support in our community. It takes effort when you help someone, but it's worth it when you do. Before we move on, I want to quickly recognize a few groups of people who collectively have made this event possible. It's an impressive group of leaders and businesses who came together today in a partnership with Blueprint 502 as challenge and event sponsors for this event. Now, I'm going to call their names, and after I call their names, I really want you all to cheer just like crazy, okay? And I just want to remind you, the more you clap, the more calories you burn. And if you know these people, I want you to thank them personally, because they don't have to give. But when they do, they make such a difference. So if you know them, just say thank you for giving to Blueprint 502. And if you thank them, they may also give again next year. So we want you to do that. So we thank in the biggest way Republic Bank. Give them a big, huge round of applause. as a challenge sponsor. Also, we have Pace Contracting and Louisville Paving Company. Ventas and PNC. First Financial Bank, El Toro, and MSD. Louisville Metro Housing and Old National Bank. Borders and Borders and Heine Brothers Coffee. If any of those sponsors are in this room, will you stand so we can see you, thank you, and just give you another cheer? Stand if you don't mind. We appreciate you, we love you, and we see the light in you. Thank you, and thank you. We appreciate you. Now we have table captains. This is so important, our table captains, and we thank you. These are all individuals who share a passion for YouthBuild, for all that they do, and we appreciate it. And so our table captains, their passion inspired them to invite friends, family, and associates here this morning. That's a rough job. Would the table captains please stand and be recognized for their efforts as champions by helping us educate others? There they are, table captains, table captains. There are our table captains, and it's so funny, on my script and even in my head, it's still saying YouthBuild Blueprint, Blueprint 502, our table captains. We thank you. I know you understand the true value of Blueprint 502. So to our table captains, thank you. Also want to thank the following groups. The Blueprint 502 Board of Directors and the Blueprint 502 staff. Where are you? Stand, please, so folks can see you. Where are you? Where are you? There they are. Look at them. We appreciate you. Thank you, and thank you. They work so hard. And they are in our backyard for Wave 3. And so occasionally I will get to see them. And you all, you can help in all kind of crazy ways. You really can. I'm not always able to give my time, but people call me with crazy things. I had a store call me and they go, we have 150 work gloves. If somebody doesn't come get them, I'm going to throw them away. Don't ever throw anything away in here. If there is a business, don't you dare throw anything away. You call me, I'll come get it. I'll get it to somebody. And I got it over to Lynn, and they had these beautiful work gloves. And these kids were just so excited to get these work gloves. Collectively, these groups, they worked together to create this morning's presentation. All of these folks that stood up, they've been working hard. As a team, Blueprint 502, they challenge all of these lives to become better. And they work hard every day. They are proud to be here this morning to share those accomplishments with you, and I hope you keep them in your heart. We'd like you to enjoy your breakfast at this time and the company at your table. I hope you've met the people already that you have been sitting with. During this time, our students are going to stop by briefly just to thank you for your support. And they're going to present you with a small token of appreciation because they're very happy to have you here today. Sit back, relax. We're going to let you just enjoy your meal right now for another 5-10 minutes or so, and then we'll start the program because we are conscious of your time. We know you've got other things to do, but we did want to say thank you for being here today, and I really do think that it will make a difference when you see what we do. God bless and enjoy your meal. We'll start again in a minute.
I know, we want to visit, but we need to, thank you. We need to rock and roll, so can you guys take a seat? Let's take our seats. Thank you so much. We are on a mission to get you out of here at 9 o'clock. Good morning. My name is Lynn Rippey. I'm the president and CEO of Blueprint 502. Thank you. Yay. I am thrilled to see each and every one of you here today. We want to tell you a little bit about our achievements this year and about our team and about our students. For the last 24 years, Blueprint 502 has operated as YouthBuild. We connected young people out of school and out of work to re-engage them in education, build job skills, and become leaders in their community through civic engagement and service. With love and respect, Blueprint partners work with our students to build the skill sets and mindsets that they will need for lifelong learning, strong livelihoods, and leadership. Blueprint 502's programs have garnered national support. And with our strong partnerships and we're focused on sustainability, Blueprint 502 serves as the city's primary resource for young people seeking reconnection and opportunity. As our program has evolved, we found that our participants needed a wider range of services than the YouthBuild program had to offer. So in addressing those needs, other programs emerged, and we found funding and secured expanded opportunities for our young people. In 2024, Blueprint 502 was rebranded to better reflect the collective approach we have for all of our programming. While YouthBuild remains and will always remain the flagship program for 502, we are also excited about other beneficial opportunities that have developed that we can serve our young people with a wider variety of training opportunities and support services. And they're services that each one of us need, that we take for granted, I think. Housing, food, transportation, mental health services, things that we can put our hands on for ourselves. Our young people don't always have the opportunity to lay their hands on those services, so now they do. During the pandemic, it became very clear to us that the community that we lived in Smoketown, was struggling with high gun violence, and they demanded more community involvement. We own property in the neighborhood, and so we began to plan a community center, and we carefully worked to build that center. And in a few minutes, I'm going to ask all the people who were helping us build that center stand up. But as an integral part of the Smoketown community, we expanded our programs to include safe schools. We serve 75 young people at Mazik Middle School through the school day to ensure that the young people who live in the neighborhood are working on par with other kids who are coming to the school. We also have after-school and summer programs for teens in the neighborhood and preteens in the neighborhood. And then we've added some additional community amenities. If you weren't here last year, we put in a laundromat in 2023, and in 2025, we'll be opening the community center. Yes. So in the slide behind me, you'll see some of the supporters that stepped up to build the community center with us the last 3 years. We're grateful, grateful, grateful for their generous support. If you've been a partner with us to help with the development of the community center, will you please stand up? Where's Miranda? Stand up, Miranda. There's Pace. What are you all doing? Every one of y'all stand up. It takes cash and brawn to build a center like that. Thank you all. Thank you so much. Now, just as each one of us sitting here knows, the cost of doing business and the cost of maneuver in daily life has risen dramatically over the last couple of years. Blueprint 502 is no exception to that issue. We're asking that you consider helping us meet the $350,000 shortfall that we will have in 2025. The shortfall is due to shifting funding strategies for 2 of our funders and inflationary costs that go along with doing great work by exemplary people. Where are the staff of YouthBuild? Where are you all? Just raise your hands. Those exemplary people. And we're doing that work with this community's most deserving and many times vulnerable young people. In 2020, we had 20 staff people. Today, we have 52 employees running all of the programs that we're running now. Yeah, that's a big staff meeting. In an effort to continue all this current programming and the new neighborhood services, we need the support of this community. The board, staff, and alumni of Blueprint 502 are committed to building lasting strength and resilience in the young people that we serve across this great city. Blueprint 502 goes after primary program funding through federal sources as often as possible. Currently, we receive funding through the Department of Labor, HUD, EPA, the Office of Juvenile Justice Delinquency Prevention, AmeriCorps, Serve Kentucky. That leaves the remaining budget, and you can see, that's a big cranberry thing there. But it leaves the remaining budget to be funded by local government, Metro United Way, and generous local foundations, corporations, and individuals like me and you. Please join us today to continue your support and for the life-changing work that we do. And may each of you have a very pleasant, peaceful, and merry new year. Now here is a short video highlighting all of the departments and services under the new Blueprint 502 umbrella, so you're able to see the big picture of success. Thank you.
As Whitney Houston sang, I believe that children are our future. They need mentors and community members to help them grow, build confidence, and to inspire them. You have to plant that seed of belief and encourage them also to create their own path. With our kids, our after-school program, we started a boys group with the overflow of kids that we had, and just to give these boys, sense of mentorship and a sense of belonging. So we actually took them on an overnight camping trip to Camp Piamingo. And when we actually arrived at the camping site, all the boys were ready to go. There was no Wi-Fi, no electricity, etc. But when it was time to leave the next day, no one wanted to leave. Everyone wanted to stay because they were having a great time. When you have memories like that, it definitely, makes their life seem, worthwhile, and, you can take those memories with you for the rest of your life.
Hi, my name's Stephen Given, and I'm proud to be part of Project Warm. My journey here started with the simple desire to help others make real, sustainable life changes. I come from the food industry where I manage services, but deep down I always wanted to impact people's quality of life. Working directly with the people we serve is the most rewarding part of this journey for sure. From the moment they apply to the final steps of their service, I'm there with them, and it's incredible to be hands-on and help folks every step of the way. I remember one woman who was just overwhelmed by the cold air seeping into her home. And for us, it was a really simple weatherization job, just weather stripping, air sealing, that kind of thing. But for her, it meant everything. And that's when you realize how much small actions can really transform someone's life. One of the best parts about working at Project Warm is definitely the people. Even on rough days, I know I can walk into the office and find 20 other people facing their challenges, but ready to support me too. It's a powerful reminder that we're all here because we believe everyone is worth it. Every person we help, every home we warm, it's all worth it. I know being part of Project Warm has changed my life, and it's changed the lives of many others too.
Julian McCrary, the program manager for the Brownsfield Job Training Program. What inspired me to begin this journey is I have a love for learning myself and an extreme passion for helping others in whatever way that may be. The most rewarding part of this journey is seeing the young people first enter into the doors, grow, and then begin their careers. If I could give one message that I've learned to the young person, is just remember to put one foot in front of the other each day. You may not see the vision right now, but ultimately it'll all come together. Being a part of the Brownsfield Job Training Program has helped me grow my own skills, and it's something that I'm proud to pass along to each youth that comes to our doors.
My name is Amy Doctor. I'm the Workforce and Youth Development Specialist for SummerWorks, and my inspiration for this journey is I wanted to get involved with social and economic development in Louisville at the individual level as well as community. The most rewarding part of this journey has been being able to work with our 16 to 21-year-old youth and being able to work inside JCPS as well. I'm getting to understand the crises that they face. For instance, this year, one of our youth, he was excited to work with SummerWorks because his paychecks were going towards his family's grocery money. The most challenging is probably also working with youth, having them learn their social security numbers and account and bank information is something that is so pivotal in their life, but it is a very slow process of teaching as well. My favorite thing that I've learned from Blueprint 502 so far is probably how all-encompassing development and growth can be, from the individual helping them with short-term and long-term goals, all the way to community engagement and development. Blueprint genuinely cares about the environment and the Kentucky that we were trying to build for the future.
Joe Magruder, Urban Conservation Corps Program Manager. My journey started back in 2018 when my brother was court appointed to YouthBuild. When he was old enough to go, he didn't want to, but I did. I stepped in, and that's how my journey began. Since then, I've progressed from Urban Conservation Corps site manager to the program manager, and I love my job. The most rewarding single thing for me would have to have been leading a team of 9 to our annual trip to Paris. In the past, I had went as a student, and being able to go and guide and share it with others was really an astounding moment. If we're going to talk more broad, by 25, I was able to get my license, buy a truck, and close on my house 2 days after my 25th birthday. There's definitely challenges with it. I had to learn pretty quick. I can't be everybody's friend. You gotta, do what it takes to be the leader. One of the most impactful parts for me would be definitely our partnership with Bernheim. Working with them has been really impactful because my family's history in Bernheim actually dates back around 250 years. So being able to continue that legacy and make my family proud has been very impactful. Speaking of impactful, one student that really comes to mind when I think of this is a student when he came, he didn't like bugs, didn't like dirt. He really shied away from worms and the garden in general. And then come to find out 2 years later, I have pictures of him holding baby bunnies, holding worms, and really just enjoying conservation and the natural environment in general. From being a member to being the manager of the Urban Conservation Corps has been really a life-changing event, and I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Hi, I'm Natalie Melendez, the Hazmat Program Manager at Blueprint 502. My journey began with a simple goal, encouraging a safe and healthy environment for everyone. Working with young people daily, I see the impact of creating spaces where they feel secure and valued. One of the most rewarding parts of my job is helping the youth. Seeing them learn, grow, and develop confidence as they navigate life's challenges. It gives me a sense of purpose. If there's one lesson I've learned and would love to share, is this: we're all different, and that's okay. Our differences should not stop us from helping each other. They make us stronger when we come together with empathy and understanding.
Hello, I'm Carson. I'm a case manager and housing navigator. Working with homeless youth has been a profoundly impactful journey full of both rewarding and challenging moments. Helping young people find stability, recognizing their potential, and working towards independence is incredibly fulfilling. The most rewarding part has been witnessing their resilience and growth, seeing them overcome obstacles, achieve milestones, and start building a future they're proud of. The challenges can be tough, particularly those related to systemic barriers and limited resources, but success, no matter how small, makes it all worthwhile. If I could share one key message, it would be that every young person deserves a chance to thrive, no matter the circumstances. Given the right support, they can do amazing things, and it is up to us to create those opportunities. Homelessness isn't a choice. It's a circumstance. Housing is a basic human right, and our youth deserve it.
My name is Sierra Pryor, and I am the program director for the STEAMS program over at Mosaic Middle School. What inspired me to start this journey is just my story, my life story. I was adopted when I was young, so just being able to give back because somebody once gave back to me. The most rewarding part about my journey has been just being able to see others smile, giving back to the students, giving back to people around me, and just making sure that I'm able to serve and give back to my community because they once gave back to me as well. One of the most rewarding stories that I have encountered on this journey is watching a student that I had in middle school come to YouthBuild and leave with their high school diploma, leave with housing and other resources that they needed to be a successful adult. If I could share one key message that I've learned throughout my journey with others, it would be to just be patient with yourself, be patient with others, and also be patient with your journey. And I am so looking forward to starting this new journey with Blueprint 502.
My name is Cheyenne, and my journey with YouthBuild inspired me to become an entrepreneur. If I can share one thing I've learned with others, it doesn't matter where you come from. You can be successful if you apply yourself. Here's more about my story. Good morning, everyone. My name is Cheyenne Arobia. I am a 2016 graduate class of YouthBuild Louisville. I'm thrilled to be here today celebrating the place and the people that saved my life 8 years ago. I am amazed and excited at their new growth and their new identity. I am so honored they asked me to be a part of this celebration today and are allowing me this platform to share the big picture of my life story. In 1992, I was born in Virginia Beach, Virginia. I had two much older brothers that had been born in Louisville, but my stepfather was in the Army and was stationed in Virginia at the time. My mother and his relationship was not a good one, and they divorced when I was a small child. My mother moved us back to Louisville in the Crestwood area of Oldham County, and not long after, remarried again. I started school in Oldham County and thrived there, even though there wasn't anyone else in the entire school that looked even remotely like me or had close to my skin color. I didn't want to be there because over my childhood years, my brothers moved out and in with my grandmother. Once they were gone, the abuse I suffered at the hands of both of my parents got worse and worse. The abuse was emotional, sexual, and physical. I was numb because I didn't know what to do or who to turn to. I could tell by hanging out with the others at school that my situation was different than everyone else, so I kept my mouth shut and my head down. One night, when I was around 12 years old, it was a particularly nightmarish night, and I just couldn't take it anymore. The next day at school, I talked to the counselor and told them what had happened. The next thing I knew, I was being driven directly to the home of the innocents. No one told me where we were going or bothered to explain to me what was happening. I hadn't been allowed to go home and get any of my clothes or my things. I was in a foreign place now and had no idea where I was or what was going on. I felt so scared and out of place. After several days out of the blue, my grandmother showed up and got custody of me, and I got to leave and go home with her. My brothers already were living with her, so at least there was some familiarity being there. My sweet grandmother did the best she knew how, but she worked a third shift job so she could feed all of us. This situation left me with no supervision in the evenings. It was just my older brothers having parties, people constantly coming and going, doing drugs, and basically street culture right in my living room every single night. This, combined with the fact that I was now starting back to 9th grade at Iroquois, was a combination that was to be the beginning of my new lifestyle. And it wasn't pretty, and it wasn't safe. The culture shock of going from Oldham County to Iroquois threw me for a loop. The students were dressed totally different, talked back and yelled at teachers, fought or were picking fights all the time with one another. I really tried to become invisible, but that didn't always work out in my favor because I was the new Filipino kid, and I was an easy target. The bright spots in one of the worst years of my life was the time I discovered my true passion for singing and music through the school chorus class. It was the one iota of peace and happiness in my life that I had that year. I also was assigned to a shop class where I learned welding and masonry skills. I excelled in these classes, and I loved working with my hands. Plus, who doesn't love something that they're good at, right? Before the school year ended, I was walking down the hall and being bullied so badly, I was coaxed into a fight to defend myself. This being in the wrong place at the wrong time situation ended up being my fate, and I left school for good. I tried later to go to Liberty and earn my GED, but again, that was very short-lived. I couldn't grasp the schoolwork because, as I found out later in life, I have central auditory deficit. This must have been why I excelled at all those shop classes that I love so much. My only wish was that I had discovered this while I was in school so I could have understood why I wasn't doing well in the academic classes. So at this point in my mind, I just totally gave up and accepted this as my lot in life. For the next several years, I got a job at a nearby Dollar Tree working for minimum wage and running the streets, hanging out with all the wrong people, doing all the wrong things, doing drugs, being in abusive relationships, sleeping on random couches, absolutely zero direction in my life. The lifestyle eventually led to me losing my job. One of the abusive relationships then led to a pregnancy. Things were a mess. I had picked up tattooing from one of my brothers, and at the time, at least it felt good to have some type of artistic expression. So I got a terrible little apartment in an equally terrible neighborhood and survived by doing freelance tattooing out of my apartment. The father of my child was much older than me, and as I mentioned before, very manipulative and abusive. I did drugs to numb the pain. I knew I couldn't take care of my son, so I had him go live with his grandmother. In a temporary moment of clarity, I finally got away from that man and ended up right back into the same patterns, and somehow, in the process, got my son back with me. This relationship was like a broken record, and once again, I found myself yet in another abusive relationship and pregnant. You would have thought by now that I would have learned my lesson, but no, I did not. After my first daughter's birth, I went through the whole cycle again. Bad relationships, drugs, couch surfing, and a pregnancy for the third time. My life, painted as a mess, would be putting it mildly. But at this point, I guess I had grown up enough to at least realize that I knew in my heart something had to change, or I wasn't gonna last much longer. And I really wanted to be better and be there for my 3 children. I kid you not. One day, I walked into a nearby smoke shop with nothing but a quarter in my pocket. My intention was to buy a single cigarette. As I was walking in, I saw a flyer in the doorway. "Earn as you learn" was in big letters. I had never heard of the place on the flyer, but it sounded like it just might be the answer for me to finally get my GED and to have a little cash in my pocket. It was one of those flyers with the little tabs at the bottom. You rip the phone number off. I ripped off the phone number at the bottom and used the quarter instead to make a phone call that would literally change my life forever. The phone rang at YouthBuild, and they invited me to come for an interview the next day. I sat with Mr. Rob and Miss Michelle for hours as they explained the program at YouthBuild. The commitment I had to make, the rules I had to follow, the training I would get in return, the opportunities I would be allowed, the assistance they would help me with so I could succeed. I could not believe what I was hearing, and it was like a bell went off in my brain. They explained that the current class had started 4 months previous and that I was going to have to work extra hard to be able to graduate with the rest of the class. I couldn't believe the support and the encouragement I was getting from the staff there. I honestly had never had this kind of attention and support from a group of people ever before in my life. They seemed to really care that I succeeded. So I decided at that moment I was going to give it my all. First, they helped me find an apartment that my children and I could live in at Beecher Terrace. They helped me find beds so we could have something to sleep on. They helped me find a subsidized daycare where my children would be safe while I was at YouthBuild during the day. Free TARC tickets so we were able to get around. And the list goes on and on. So, every morning in the dead of winter, I got my children and myself up at 4 a.m., stood in the freezing cold, rode a bus 1 hour to daycare, then I rode another 2 buses to YouthBuild so I would be there on time every day by 8:30 to start my classes. In 5 short months, they helped me figure out my learning disability and taught me hands-on. I completed all of my construction certifications across the board, earned my GED, learned gardening and urban conservation, completed several hundred hours of community service all across the city. Plus, I gained a family I never knew I was missing in classmates and the staff there. I had never felt so confident before in my entire life. The life-changing cherry on top of this story was that they had the opportunity for some of the top students to apply for a 2-week internship gardening in the King's Garden in Versailles, France. I could not believe my ears. I couldn't write my application essay fast enough. As luck would have it, I was chosen to go. I felt like I was living a dream from when I was a little girl and I saw the Eiffel Tower on TV one day and daydreamed of going there. To say that the experience was life-changing is an understatement. Flying on an airplane, the language, the food culture, the transportation of being in a big city, the gardening and the sightseeing, it all truly changed me forever, and I'll always be so grateful to YouthBuild for opening my eyes and my heart with this extraordinary gift. The following year, I was asked to serve in the AmeriCorps position at YouthBuild. I managed students in our campus gardens as a precursor to the Urban Conservation Corps, oversaw tree plantings all over Smoketown, taught construction classes, and was a staff chaperone to the following year's class trip to France. An amazing follow-up year to my graduation, honing in on my leadership skills, and then they even facilitated my placement as an intern with Howell & Howell Contractors. Because YouthBuild had taught me that making good decisions for my children and myself led to good things happening all around me, I soon secured a sweet home for us to live in, and I met a wonderful partner, Michael, whom I've built a wonderful life in business with. He fell in love with my kids and adopted them to be his own. He also had a history in the construction business himself, and we took the leap of faith and started our own construction company together, Setco Contracting. Thank you. Over the past 5 years, we have been very successful and grown doing business as house flippers, real estate investors, maintenance contractors with the Housing Authority, painting contractors, landscaping and tech development with our main offices located on Crittenton Drive. Sometimes, in all the busyness, I have to stop and actually pinch myself. YouthBuild was my foundation for success, teaching me research and good business practices, networking and skill building. I absolutely would not be where I am today without YouthBuild. They are the background and the big picture of my life, and I am forever grateful. 9 years ago at the first Building Lives breakfast, I was asked to open the program that morning singing Somewhere Over the Rainbow a cappella. At the time, I felt hope. But it was all still fresh and new, and I wasn't 100% certain I would actually make it over the rainbow as I sang the lyrics to the crowd that morning. I wasn't sure that I'd actually wake up to where the clouds were far behind me and my troubles would melt like lemon drops. But now I can see clearly. My big picture is actually me over the rainbow with the bluebirds thriving and happy. On the journey over that rainbow, I got to see what the rainbow actually was. It was Blueprint 502 pointing me in the right direction and showing me all the beautiful colors that my life now has. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Thank you.
Okay, I guess we have to follow that.
Do we have to?
We have to follow that.
Okay, let's go.
Good morning. Good morning. My name is John Davis, and I'm a proud board member of Blueprint 502.
And
Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you. And you're in the back.
And I'm Nichelle Anderson, and I'm also a proud board member of Blueprint 502.
You have to stand right in front here.
You're fine.
Okay.
You go ahead.
Well, we are here to welcome you as part of the board of directors of Blueprint 502, and we really do appreciate everyone being here today, taking time out of your schedules to join us. It's truly inspiring to see so many engaged faces here, to be eager to learn more about the mission and impact of a place we've grown so passionate about. The past few years have brought their share of challenges, but We are proud to have implemented the exciting changes and additions shared with you this morning. These efforts are designed to ensure that our students not only overcome obstacles, but also thrive and succeed in life. Thrive and succeed in life.
Teaching, certifications, casework, emergency housing, collaborations, fundraising. Every aspect of our agency has had to evolve and adapt to meet the demands of today's world. Our goal is to see the big picture of the needs of our students, equipping them with the tools they need to navigate whatever challenges life may bring. John and I feel incredibly privileged to be a part of the Blueprint 502 family, where we live out our philosophy of uplifting each other up and supporting one another through life's journey. This is our gift, to help others and to inspire a spirit of giving throughout the community. So today, we invite you to join the Blueprint 502 family and play a role in helping these remarkable young people soar into their futures. You, every last one of you, you are part of the Blueprint big picture. That is a mouthful. With your support, the services we provide without your support, the services we provide cannot thrive into the future. Together, we can make a lasting impact. So let's do this together.
Nichelle, I don't know about you, but I can think of countless reasons not to give today. Just as I'm sure as you all can. The list could go on and on. But since meeting people like Cheyenne and becoming involved with Blueprint 502, all I can think of is reasons to give. To help create stability in the lives of these incredible young people and their future families. To build a skilled local workforce and empower them to contribute to our economy as taxpayers. To foster a spirit of collaboration and service, working together to achieve shared goals for the community. These reasons inspire me, and I hope they inspire you all too, because together we can make a real difference.
We'd like to ask each of you to consider joining our Building Life Society with a pledge of $1,000 a year for 5 years. At first glance, $1,000 might seem daunting, but let's break it down. That's just $19 a week to transform lives. Help a young person earn their high school diploma. Build career paths and brighter futures. Provide safe housing and hope for the next generation. To offer someone the sense of belonging that only family can bring. So when you think about it, $3 a day is a small price to pay for such a life-changing impact. Joining Blueprint 502's Building Life Society secures the future of this incredible organization and the teens and young adults it serves every year. Many of the people in this room have already made this commitment, pledging $1,000 or more annually for 5 years. Let's take a moment to thank those members for their generosity and dedication. Thank you. So now we invite you to join this inspiring group and help us to continue to change lives one step at a time. Together, we can build a stronger future for everyone.
Okay.
He's got major jokes, I'm telling you. Y'all should be up here.
What?
Go for it.
All right. Well, inside your programs, you'll find a list of generous businesses that have come together to inspire you and to join our loyal supporters by offering a challenge match today. So here's how it works, and then there's going to be a quiz coming up here in a second. For every first-year payment made by anyone who joins the Building Lives Society today, these challenge sponsors will match it dollar for dollar. Exactly. If you pledge $1,000 per year, Blueprint 502 will receive an additional, how much, Nichelle?
$1,000.
Okay, now the math's going to get tougher.
Uh-oh.
If you commit to $2,000 yearly, That's another.
$2,000.
All right, some true mathematicians in the crowd. The same goes for any 5-year pledge of $5,000 or $10,000 matched dollar for dollar. Our challenge sponsors have committed to matching up to $45,000 in first-year pledge payments. Yes, thank you. There's some motivation right there. So when I say now is the time to act, I mean it. Now is the time to act. This is a powerful opportunity to amplify your support and make a real difference.
Okay, table captains, it's time to pass out those pledge cards. Come on. You get a pledge card. You get a pledge card.
Oh, that's good.
You know,
Yeah, do it.
everybody gets a pledge card.
And the car keys. I want a car.
Thank you so much for passing those out. And so, just a reminder, those matching funds are only available for pledges made in the Building Live Society section. So now is the perfect time to make your commitment. We invite you to join our family, a family dedicated to helping young people step out of the shadows and soar into the boundless possibilities their futures hold. When a family supports dreams, lives are transformed. Destructive cycles are broken, futures are rebuilt, and the entire community becomes stronger and richer. You hold the key to removing barriers and creating a foundation of strength and success. Together, we can make a difference.
Should I count to 5?
Is that count?
Read all this? Okay, this card has 2 simple steps for you to complete. First, let us know at what level you'd like to give. At the top of your card, you'll find the Building Live Society membership options. This morning, we aim to welcome as many new members as possible, at least 45, to fully leverage the available challenge match funds. Don't miss this opportunity to give just $84 a month to transform the life like the one Cheyenne shared with us today. While our dream is for everyone here to join the Building Live Society, we are so grateful for those who choose to do so. We understand, though, that some may prefer to give a different level. Please give what you're able to. There's a section on the card where you can indicate your preferred gift amount and the number of years for your pledge. Remember, every gift makes a difference. Every gift makes a difference. And every student at Blueprint 502 creates ripples, if not waves, of change in our community. I mean, think of Cheyenne, the wave of opportunity that she has done going through the program, creating her business. If you already have a support pledge with Blueprint 502, well, the next section of the card is for you, because here you can extend the years or amounts of your current pledge, or make a payment towards it. Or even, here's an idea, start a new pledge. For our current Building Live Society members, we invite you to consider adding additional years to your pledge to help ensure the sustainability of Blueprint 502 as we continue to grow our programs. Your continued support means the world to us, and we deeply appreciate the impact you're making in the lives of our young people and our community. So thank you.
Okay, in the second section of the card, we ask for your contact information and how you like to make your payment. If you prefer to pay by credit card, there's a space to provide that information. For those who choose automatic withdrawal, a convenient and popular option among many of our Building Live Society members and donors. This is also available in this section. We hope you'll consider this flexible and hassle-free method. Additionally, we've included a QR code that you can scan with your smartphone to go directly to our online donation site, offering yet another easy way to make your contribution. It would be immensely helpful, really, really helpful, if you could turn in your completed card to your table captain before you leave today. If you're ready to make your first payment, we are more than prepared to graciously accept it. And we encourage you to take that step.
All right, I see many of you are busy filling out your pledge cards, and we sincerely thank you for that. But I'd like to pause for a moment to share something important. All right.
Oh, okay.
And this is what's important. Exceeding the challenge grant today is certainly our goal, but no matter what the category you choose, whether you join the Building Lives Society, make a gift at another level, or simply give us the gift of your time this morning, what matters most is this. On behalf of everyone at Blueprint 502, our board of directors, staff, and especially our students, we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Your support and your presence here today mean more than words can express. And together, we are building brighter futures. So thank you very much.
We want to thank each and every one of you for coming this morning. We hope you've been inspired today by the powerful stories of hope, courage, and achievement that we've shared. Now it's your turn. It's your turn to help spread the inspiration far and wide. Share what you've seen and heard today with others, both in person and on social media. So take pictures, post, tweet, use the hashtag Blueprint502. Share your photos, your reflections, and experiences from this morning. And clip that keychain. Clip the keychain that you got from the students on your key ring and use it as a reminder to tell others more about Blueprint 502. Together, let's make sure everyone in our community knows about the incredible work happening here and the success of our amazing students. Your voice can help us reach even more people who can join the mission and make a difference.
All right, so again, thank you all so much for being here today and your support. Wish each and every one of you a wonderful day, a joyous holiday season ahead. Take care of yourselves and take care of someone else too. Thank you all very much.
Thank you.